Hello everyone, regarding to our class today, I would like to show you another example of finding the general term, okay, general rule. And it's really important that you need to focus in class, okay? If you don't listen, there's no chance you can understand the content, okay? So stay focused in class and watch this video. So find the general term of the following linear sequence. And then find the 16th term, okay? So let's find general term first, okay? We have 22, 12, 2, minus 8, and minus 18, okay? And this is term 1, this is term 2, term 3, term 4, and term 5, okay? So we know that first term is 22, and we also need to find the CD, what is common difference, okay? So what's the difference between 22 and 12? So the difference is minus 10, okay? It's not plus 10. We're not adding 10, we're taking away 10, okay? Okay, so, and then what's the difference between 12 and 2? Minus 10 again, okay? And minus 10 and minus 10. So this time, that's negative 10, okay? This is the common difference. Okay, so let's start our table. So the first thing we need to do is fill in the first column. So term number. So T1, T2, T3, and then we need to find Tn, okay? If we can create the rule for Tn, we will be able to find any term we wish. It can be T16, T25, T50, and so on, okay? Now, T1, that's the term number, and we need to multiply it by common difference, what is minus 10, okay? So common difference multiplied by term number, okay? So we have minus 10 multiplied by 1, minus 10 multiplied by 2, minus 10 multiplied by 3, and minus 10 multiplied by n, okay? So this is term number 1, 2, 3, and this is n. So we need to place it in here, okay? Now, if we multiply minus 10 by 1, it's minus 10. If we multiply minus 1 by 2, that's minus 20. If we multiply minus 10 by 3, it's minus 30. Minus 10 by n, it's just minus 10n, okay? And now we need to fill in the last column, what is term value, okay? So what's the value for T1, for the first term? So what's the first term? The first term is 22. The second term is 12. Third, 2, and so on, okay? So these are values. So the first value is 22. The second value is 12. The next one, 2. Okay, we don't know Tn yet. And now, what do we need to do? You need to ask yourself, looking at these numbers, what do you need to do to minus 10 to get 22? What do you need to do to minus 20 to get 12? What do you need to do to minus 30 to get 2, okay? And every single time, as you can see, we need to add 32. So minus 10 plus 32, it's 22. Minus 20 plus 32 equals 12. Minus 30 plus 32 equals 12. So this is constant. So we need to add it to the last term, okay? And this is our rule for this sequence. This is the key point, okay? We've created a rule for this sequence. And now, when we have the rule, we can find 16th term, okay? Or any term we wish. So, n is 16. We need to find 16th term. So T16 equals, and we need to follow this rule, okay? So minus 10 multiplied by n, and n is 16, okay? Plus 32. Now, minus 10 multiplied by 16 is minus 160, and then plus 32, and the answer is minus 128. Okay? And this is 16th term. So take it down or try to do it yourself following this video, okay? And the next thing we do the second method. Okay, so the second method is just a formula. And the formula we've met today. And the formula is Tn equals A1 plus n minus 1 multiplied by d. And the formula means it's always the same, and you can apply it for every single linear sequence, okay? Every single one. You don't need to create it. You have it. You just need to put numbers instead of letters, okay? So if we are asked to find the 16th term, so we know that n equals 16, okay? The 16th term. So we need to follow the formula all the time. Tn, it's T16 equals, and then what's A1? So A1 is the first term, and the first term is just 22. Okay? Then we have plus, then bracket, then what's in the bracket? In the bracket it's n minus 1, and n is 16 as you can see in here. So 16 minus 1, and multiplied by d. What's d? d is common difference, and the common difference is minus 10. So d is minus 10 in this case, okay? So you need to multiply it by minus 10. Okay, now you need to follow order the operation. So beam does. What's first? First you need to do the brackets and multiplication, okay? So T16 equals 22 plus 16 minus 1 is 15, and 15 multiplied by minus 10. Okay? Now, you have adding and multiplication. Multiplication first. So 22 plus 15 multiplied by minus 10 is minus 150. What's 22 plus minus 150? Okay? That's minus 128. Done. This is the same answer as we got in here. Okay? Just the method is different. The table is much longer, formula is much shorter, but it's up to you which one you choose, okay? So try to do these questions one more time, and we'll practice it tomorrow, okay?